Happy birthday to legendary former WWE female wrestler Terry Runnels. And happy birthday to my favorite comedian of all time, the late great Bernie Mac. Xavier back again with another video. I hope you all had a great weekend. My weekend was boring as hell, and I'm going to tell you why. This past Saturday was my 11th anniversary of me working in my job. I was planning to go out and eat to celebrate that anniversary, but at the last minute, one of my coworkers called the night off, and my boss didn't ask me if I can work on the night of my anniversary of me working at my job for 11 years. They just wrote it in my fucking schedule and didn't even bother asking me if I can come in later on that night. I was supposed to be off for the whole weekend, but I had to work late at night that weekend. But luckily, they was nice enough to give me a slice of New York cheesecake to celebrate my anniversary of me working in my job for 11 years. October 3rd, 2009 was the day that I got hired working in my job. Here I am 11 years later still working. I started working there when I was 18, and I'm now 29. And I was lucky enough to enjoy my weekend by watching some sports. And I was planning to go to my friend Andre Mitchell's house this past Saturday for his birthday, but I decided to stay home and stay away from this damn bitch-ass COVID-19. So it's best if I stay safe. Maybe next year I'll go to Andre's house for his birthday. But in the meantime, this rant is sponsored by Twizzlers. Got a sport to cover for you guys, and I'm not going to do this alone. Once again, we're going to call my special guest to see if he can join us doing a recap of this game. And that is yesterday's game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans, as both teams were 0-3. Which team took the cake and came up with which team took the victory 1-3? We're going to find out in a minute. Let's get my special guest on FaceTime so he can join us doing this recap of this game. Well, Mikey, here it is, my friend Mike Henry, y'all.
Let's go.
Well, week number 2 of us doing this together. Actually, this is week number 4 of us doing a recap of the Texans game. But you are feel free to do your own rant after we do this together. So let's get right to this recap of yesterday's game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. First quarter, Texans didn't score shit, giving up a touchdown 7-0. Then they gave up 10 points in the second quarter while scoring 6. At halftime, Vikings 17, Texans 6. Texans made a comeback in the third quarter, outscoring the Vikings 10-7. After 3, Vikings 24, Texans 16. Both teams scored 7 points apiece in the fourth quarter, but it was not enough for the Texans, as the final score would be Minnesota Vikings 31, Houston Texans 23. The player of the game was Vikings running back Dalvin Cook with 2 rush touchdowns. The Texans fall 0-4. 0-2 on the road and 0-2 at the crib. Well, Mikey, they fucking ruined your mama's birthday, bro. So, before I give my 2 cents, why don't you go ahead and get yours?
First, I'll give the Vikings credit that they came to play. And speaking of the Vikings, there were 2 former Houston Texans head coaches. First, Don Capers from 02 to 05, and then Gary Kubiak from 06 to 13. 2 former Houston Texans head coaches beat the current Texans head coach, Bill O'Brien.
Yep.
And as for the Texans, y'all came this close because there are several people that we need to mention. First, DeAndre Carter, I don't know what the hell he's thinking, fumbled the ball, allowing the Vikings to recover, and then scored on a field goal. David Johnson, as far as I'm concerned, you lucky that the Vikings did not recover the fumble at the 1-yard line. Because I did my rant Saturday about the Longhorns and the Horned Frogs, because the Longhorns came a yard away from winning.
Yep. And it didn't count either.
And you, David Johnson, you got lucky the Vikings did not recover the fumble, because they did, the game was over. But you lucky you did not let the Vikings recover on the fumble. And as for Will Fuller, you came this close from your second touchdown, but the replay from upstairs showing that you caught the ball, your knee was down, but you never had possession. You never controlled through the process. And that's exactly why the touchdown was overturned. Will Fuller's second touchdown was overturned, and the Vikings escape.
Yep.
And another person I gotta mention, Harrison Smith of the Vikings secondary. I don't know why you sent Jordan Akins on the sideline, but you got ejected for targeting helmet to helmet. I hope you learn your lesson, because you will get fined. We'll have to wait to see if he'll be suspended, but I really hope you learn your lesson, Harrison Smith, because you had no business delivering a helmet-to-helmet hit on Jordan Akins.
That was
all you had to do was just tackle. Just tackle it, but don't do the helmet-to-helmet, because now you knock Jordan Akins out of the game with a concussion, and he has to undergo the concussion protocol.
Very unacceptable.
And as for you, Mike Zimmer, the head coach, I get you upset. You would fire up your teammates, but you lucky you didn't get tossed for making altercation, or should I say, making contact with the official. I get that you're upset, but you're lucky you didn't get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. I get you're trying to fire up your troops, but you're the best player. Head-butted, or should I say, targeted Jordan Akins. But you, Mike Zimmer, head coach of the Vikings, you got lucky you didn't get tossed for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
But like I said, the Texans came oh so close. And now the big question is, will Bill O'Brien be fired? We'll have to wait and see, because I want Cal McNair, the son of the late owner, Bob McNair, to fire him so the Texans can make a deeper late run without the presence of Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, if Robert McNair was still alive, he will not allow this shit. And shame on you, Bill O'Brien, for trading in your best wide receiver, DeAndre D. Hopkins. Big mistake. No wonder the Texans are struggling right now without the presence of DeAndre Hopkins, who is now playing for the Arizona Cardinals. I wonder what's going on in Deshaun Watson's mind, working with Bill O'Brien. But I give Deshaun Watson props. He's not only a good human being, but he's also a great quarterback. Next week, the Texans are still at the crib, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. This could be an easy win for the Texans. Let's hope and see that they beat the Jaguars next week. I'm just completely lost for words right now, Mikey.
I thought the Texans were going to send this game to overtime, but instead, replays show that Fuller did not continue the process. That's why his second touchdown was overturned, and the Vikings escaped. Several people to blame for the Texans: David Johnson, the fumble that nearly ended the game, and DeAndre Carter on special team fumbled the ball and let the Vikings recover.
Yep. So we don't have any more thoughts. If you guys want to check out my buddy Mikey's YouTube channel, I will leave a link to it in the description box below so you guys can check it out. Because I know he's going to do a rant reminiscing 22 years of Stone Cold Steve Austin attacking Vince McMahon at the hospital from the October 5th, 1998 edition of Raw is War, which I'm also planning to do after I come back from my outdoor workout. But before that, I am going to do my second rant, which is a Let's Play of the 2010 version of NBA Jam in honor of the Nintendo Wii's 10th anniversary, right after I pick up my mom from the airport. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up our thoughts about yesterday's game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. We will be back on here next week, again, doing a recap of the Jacksonville Jaguars Houston Texans game. So if you're new here, hit subscribe if you like the content and hit that notification bell for my next Texans rant. If you're not new here, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, leave your comment down below. I'll be back later to do my Let's Play of the 2010 version of NBA Jam. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. Peace. Go Houston Texans.